This is Craig Newell from the Local Haze team. I recently assembled an open air monitor kit from AirGradient. It is available online not only as a ready-to-deploy monitor, but also as a kit of parts. The kit of parts arrived from the post office packaged efficiently in a cardboard box. Opening the box reveals a thank you note with a link to the Getting Started documentation. Underneath in an anti-static bag is the carbon dioxide sensor and cable. Next is the bottom case along with the main board. The plastic of the case feels quite substantial and sturdy. The main board inside of the anti-static bag is fully assembled and all ready to be connected together. Next up is the particulate matter sensor wrapped in thin paper for dust protection. These sensors from Plantower are the heart of the majority of low-cost sensors available. Hidden inside of more paper is the top case. The plastic is once again quite sturdy and mounting points offer flexibility with classic screw head, zip tie, and tie wire attachment options. Digging deep in the bottom of the box is a small paper envelope with case screws, internal connecting cable, and a small screwdriver. Lastly, there is a generous USB-C to USB-A power cable, but without yet another USB-A power adapter. The first anti-static bag contains the carbon dioxide sensor module and connecting cable to mounting screws. The small VOC, volatile organic compounds, and NOx, nitrogen oxide sensor module. The other anti-static bag contains the main board with the processor, Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth module, the sensor cable connectors for connecting to the sensor modules, a pin socket for the NOx sensor, and a USB-C connector for power and programming. To start assembly, I took the TVOC and NOx sensor module and connected it to the pin socket on the lower edge of the main board. Now the main board stands up nicely by itself in the lower case. Next, I mounted the carbon dioxide sensor board with its connecting cable attached to the lower case with the two small, short screws. For this, I used a small Torx T6 screwdriver, as I have big hands instead of the provided tiny one, which would have worked fine for smaller hands. The particulate matter sensor can now be slotted into the remaining space on the lower case, making sure that the fan opening is down and the connector is closest to the main board. The internal sensor cables can now be connected. They only go in one way around and need to be firmly pushed into place. The cables then cross and connect to the corresponding connectors on the main board to complete the internal assembly. The top case can now be placed over the lower case such that the mounting brackets are on the same side as the main board. The case was fastened with the 4 remaining long screws. These were tight for me, so the larger T6 screwdriver was very advantageous here. Assembly is now complete. The power cord requires a 10 watt or 2 amp USB-A charger, which I reused from some old device. After plugging in the cable, we see the signs of life, a flashing blue LED. There are many ways to get to the connector monitor screen. The simplest is to log into the dashboard at app.airgradient.com. This will require creating an account if you do not already have one. Note, this is a separate login from the AirGradient forums. On first login, I needed to set up a physical place where the sensor will be installed. This is for my internal organization and is not publicly visible. Next, I need to register the monitor that I just built. If you do not see this screen, but rather the dashboard, you can access it via the Connect a Monitor option from the left-hand sidebar. I just completed an open air monitor model O-1PST. To find the serial number, I power cycle the monitor and look in the My macOS Wi-Fi settings for the monitor's setup network name. After recording the long hexadecimal serial number, I returned to the dashboard to resume configuration. I entered the serial number and a name for the location within the place that I will be installing the monitor. As this monitor will be outdoors, I enabled full public sharing of the data so that it is available for everyone, and I added a public-facing name and location. The coordinates come from Google Maps, as described. Now I need to connect the monitor to my Wi-Fi, so I power cycle the monitor again and take a copy of the monitor's Wi-Fi password before switching back to the macOS Wi-Fi settings. I join the monitor's network using the password. And a few seconds later, a screen appears where I can configure the Wi-Fi settings of the network that the monitor should connect to. The monitor then disconnects from my laptop and connects to the Wi-Fi. Done with configuring the monitor, I return to the main dashboard to await the first data, which will take some time. I will be mounting the monitor outside on the balcony. The monitor has classic screw head, tie wire, and zip tie mounting options. As I am mounting it to one of the railing posts, the zip tie mounts are the most convenient. After a couple hours, the monitor appears on the AirGradient map and other applications such as Local Haze.